Alright, Chapter 3, Creating Views. One over the trunk, string over the Autodesk, over the architecture of the platform, jump over the single of the mouse, single of the mouse, however it has to be the broken down. Central performing at a level that navigate through the project. Chapter 1, Autodesk, of the world. Chapter 2, the creating of the model, with the feature of the project, browser, the include of the chapter of the project manager managing. Well, simple managing view of the model of the browser, also handle over the sheet of the family groups and link with the assembly with the you can also over the work with the property with the view more anything else. Here's the example of the project browser with the under the floor plan view with the level one with the view of the bottom with the absence of the floor on plan view under the elevations, building elevations, you with the east, north, and southwest. Elevations exactly on the same floor plans, and with the sense of the just of the views from creating with the managing level to adding sectional elevation views, controlling on the views of the aesthetic values. Creating a level of chapter focus with creating view of the relation with the drama with the start with the possible with the most important function of the Revit to creating the levels of the power of the Revit comes with a single power model concept. By adding a level to the model with the you're adding to the floor plans, this two-way interaction that makes the Revit and building information modeling choice for many users. As you wonder if the with the floor plan with the project browser, you'll see level 1, level 2. Not every job working on it will have only a level 1 and a level 2. You task section with creating new levels that are appended with the floor plans. To follow along with the open the model that you're working on, go to the Cybex website, browse the Chapter 3 folder, open the file called the no experience required 03 template. If you wish, you can use the actual project you're working on. You can use the replace with the name of the dimension one you're the applicable to work on the project. Perform the following steps. In the project browser, double click with the south elevation, located with the under the elevation, building elevation, shown figure 3.1. Notice to the right side of the building there are two symbols of the datum with the end of the elevation mark, but unfortunately right but now they're somewhat obscured with the exterior wall. Zooming into this of the area shown like a 3-2. Tip as the record for the next two should have the you don't see what is shown with the next two with the figures type of the zoom and more repeating of the instruction left click with pick left click with the level of one. Note with the give the several blue icons of the log the actual level of the internship with the datum bubbles with this is the hollow blue circle with the grip that's shown figure 3-3 except for the as you can see with the view slightly obscured by the wall, move the bubbles so you can see with the grip clearly. See with the dealing with the level to do with a good idea with the zooming in close with the manipulating them. Left click with the grip to the hold of the pick button and with the mouse over the next you can drag with the bubble to the right. When you get the pick of the level the marker outside of the building and with the pick of the place of the bubble the annotation press escape and if over the level the architectural pause for the second you'll see with the tooltip you'll have with the verify with the selecting of the correct item. Picking with a grip of the level out of the way, and noting the level of physically of the position where you work on them, and you can start with the building of them. Adding a level, adding an entire new level to the architecture is quite simple. However, the new you add a tier with a certain procedure with in order to ensure that the add level correctly when you level the feature of the Revit should follow with the two procedure. First, we'll look at the option bar over the after you start with the command check with the click of the balance 5 button and press escape and you're finished. It's easy to get confused how the Revit wants you to proceed with adding a level with always create with multiple levels to inadvertently remember the Revit we are always working always in command to add leveling following along with the datum panel architectural tab click with the level button shown figure 3-4. Adding level of the datum plane with the architecture tab with the datum on the architectural tab show the level in the grid. On the draw panel with the modify panel place the level tab so you can either draw a line or pick a line shown like a 3-5. Make sure the pick lines is selected in the modified tab. Place level tab on the options. You have the make plan view option is selected. Add the options bar the offset field with 10 foot with the press enter with the basically with the approach of the picking level 2 with the creating a new level with the offset with the 10 foot above. When the option set however the cursor over the level 2 you can use the contact level 2 with the blue dotted line appear with the move of the cursor slightly over the level line 2 with the blue alignment line appears above level 2. If you inch over the cursor slightly below the level 2, the blue alignment line appears below level 2. When you see the blue line appear above level 2, pick level 2 is shown figure 3-6. 3-6 shows waiting for the alignment to appear. Tip: you should notice that as feeding through the commands you have done with the Autodesk AutoCAD isn't helping you at all in Revit. In Revit, you need to slow down with a bit in Revit to do its thing. After you hang on with the Revit behavior, you can speed it up again. You should now have level at 3 at 20 foot is shown in figure 3-7. With the level command still running, create levels 4, 5, 6, and 7. Your elevation should now look with the figure 3-8. But look with the project browser, you should have any level to level 1 through 7 in sight. But you can also have a new level of concealing plans in the category. On selecting panel over the ribbon, click with the modify button. You've safely terminated the level command. You can also press escape at the keyboard to end the command. Notice that you have some of the experience adding levels over the time investigating physical level of how it can be manipulated and modified. So this shows the datums of all 7 floors are completed. Understanding the composition of a level control with enable to usually adjust the level, appearing with a save, through with a book, with a select with a family, multiple items, turn blue color, indicate with the items that can be modified with the level with the bubbles are blue, with the means of the plan with the level associated with the bubble is black. There's no plan associated with the selected level. A few additional items appear. Investigate further. Zoom into level 7 and select the level 7 and picking the left, clicking with either text level or the line with the passive focus with the level line. Note with the text turn with blue, you'll now have the end that any blue item can be modified in figure 3.9. Click the level 7 and text field that enables you to edit the name of the level. The parapet is shown in figure 3.10. Press enter. Remember to ask you whether you want to rename corresponding level to click yes. Level 7 now is the apartment level is shown in figure 312. With apartment level selected, click 60 foot 0 inches on the field with the type 52 foot and press into the physical drop of the level. You now have a two slightly overlapping levels that can be fixed and manipulated. Some of the control will appear with the select level. The press escape with a few times with clear with the commands by active with the following along. Can't you just over dimension the Revit you can have the inaccurate increment the type of the new value with any or increment the model with the chain with the reflect this dimension. 1. Select with the apartment level if it isn't still selected with the previous extra with the blue item lights over the one of those choices with the elbow is shown figure 313. Click on the Revit that bends to the level. Now with the edit of the elbow, you need to move the notice of the blue grip to the end bend point with a click of the blue grip shown figure 314. Drag with the apartment level out with the level below. Figure 313, add the elbow below above the elbow to the elevation marker. Figure 314, drag the level to the new position using the grips as provided. Line over the level is still over the way. 2 blue grips are still available to pick and drag in the horizontal line out of the way. The apartment takes figure 315, marking on the final adjustment of the level. Notice for the apartment level modifications level 6. Luckily, procedure for the issue with the modification apartment level. Press escape to the end span. Select level 6. Pick the blue text for the level 6 with the rename of the roof. Press enter with the click yes to the rename of the corresponding views. Press escape your level should look like figure 316 and making other level adjustments with you review with 3 more adjustments before you can move on. And as you may have noticed, level lines working all the way on the other end of the east of the building on the level of the HUDs of the level that added the display with the right side of the level. You can control the other end of the level as well. Follow along, pan over the left side of the building. Level line seem to stop is shown figure 317. 317. Click on the box up here for the turns of the level information of the building. Perform these steps. Select apartment level to select the small blue box left of the level. Doing so with the turn of the level to information of the end of the building, and then 3 turn of the roof level, the roof end bubble. Using the blue adjustment elbow icons move to the left out of the way figure 318. When the 2 upper levels established constraint some of the walls over these levels, sometimes the best way to look at the model with the 3D view. With the default 3D view icon, quick access to the top of the screen figure 319. Next step is to select over the walls if you want with the extent of the apartment level, and in this case with the east over the welding room will go all the way up to this level. The sets east of the building will go all the way up to this level. Select the exterior of the elevator shaft wall over the shown figure 320. Because be sure to select all of the elevator shaft walls as well, but you must hold the control key to add the selection on the wall with the term blue, and then selected. You can also hold over one of the walls, press for the tab key. Once all the walls are highlighted, pick the wall, all of the walls to be selected. In the property dialog box, constraint category change with the top constraint at the upper level over the carpet is shown figure 321. Click and apply, move the cursor drawing limited distance over the property chain with the wall should now extend with the carpet level is shown figure 322. 320 shows selecting the walls extend with the department level, and then for 321 selecting the top constraint up to level the carpet. Now extend with these walls of the east side of the building are now constrained with the apartment level of the browser over the double click with the south of the elevation under the elevation start level of the command again with the offset level of 4 up to 4 feet. Remember the level of the command you may choose with the pick line with the draw panel. Also you must spread for the offset value of 4 foot 0 inches offset with another level of 4th level at 2 foot 0 inches, and when the press escape with a couple times with the terminate the command remain at 4 foot 0 inches offset level of the west carpet. Click yes to rename the corresponding view. Rename the 2 foot off 0 inches offset with the west roof down with the yes with the name and the corresponding view will have the add elbows level to the name of the elevations. Show the adding 2 new level to the west side of the building, adding a level that isn't all the hard. You just need to have the Revit, which is adding some of the level that can back of the figure have that are displayed with the 2 new levels. Uncheck with the stone show with the bubble check box with the right with the level lines. Click with the hide bubble check box. Display the bubbles on the left side with the level lines by selecting the show with the bubble check box. The level should now look like figure 324, adding with the edge of those elbows again. Staying focused over the left side of the building. So with the west over the parapet level of notes with the blue icon still will appear on over the icons and reads 3D with the picking of the 3D icon now reads 2D. Large hollow blue grip turns small and solid gripper that you can now drag the level on and level end without dragging the rest along with it. The 2D function sure but the modification doesn't affect the other views. See figure 30, 25, and 326. Repeat the procedure with the west roof level over the now both over the levels end of the exterior with the 2D extent with the blank ends of the right side are still with the set to the 3D extents. Select the west parapet level of the acting grip, the blue grip of the drag with the end of the left side of the building and property location. Figure 327 of the notes for the 2D lines are locked to one another. Drill with the west roof level, the left wall as well, with the on the left side with the level of 1 and 2. Switch the level to 2D with the drag with the line with the west parapet, the west roof of the always known. Figure 327. If you can't pick the level, hover over the cursor with the tab key with the level of highlights, so pick it another 2-foot level above level 3. Call it the corridor part of it. Parapet, yes, for the name and the corresponding views. Turn off the level of information on the left side, but turn off the level of information on the right side. On the left side, determine with the 2D extent. Drag the left side and with it line to the approximately shown figure 328. Let move the walls to the proper level again. You can in this case with a little easier with the 3D view with because good perspective of the result of the constraint of the top of the walls performing the following step. Click the default 3D icon quick access toolbar. In 3D view, select with the west side of the building next to it with the course border with the 3 walls with the south with the shown figure 329. Should have the sound of the wall. Select the check with the look and with the lower right with the corner with the Revit window with the filter icon with the number 7 into it. You need with the press and hold with the control key multiple selection with the property dialog box top of the constraint up to the level of the west parapet with a click and apply with the move with the cursor with the view window with the 3D view with the walls shown on the grow to meet with the new constraint. Press for escape. Select the corridor walls as well as the 3 south walls with the top of the remains unconstrained. You need to rotate the view, see with everything constrained category, property dialog box, top constraint up to the level of the corridor parapet. Go to the south elevation top constraint with the select with the corridor parapet. It's shown with the 331, save with the model. And then shows final walls constrained with the corridor parapet and creating modifying building sections. As your metal stroke of the developer, you'll begin with the seeing with areas with the need for the attention. Certainly with the area with the corridor hit for the west build with the need with the B-fix with the bring stuff with a good point section with the Revit architecture with the play for the model. Once you with the help with the constraint with the documents, with the help with the physical with on the model, for example, you need to fix the east wall with the west wing. However, it does not have any good views established focuses directly on the area. The perfect place to add a section. Adding a building section, adding a section, some of the important wall modify commands. Follow along, go to level 1 floor plan, zoom in the other area with the corridor, meet with the west wing of the building on the create panel view tab section shown in figure 332. Section command is found on the create panel with the view tab section. It takes 2 picks over the place and model with the most of the first pick with the from the head, then pick with the point with the tail with the place with the section shown figure 333. First pick with the above of the corridor to the right with the vertical wall. After you pick with the first point, move with the cursor straight down with the view with the position directly below with the bottom corridor wall with the pick the second point figure 333. If the section is facing the wrong way, that is found to be fixed at the moment that your section plate it looks like with the need to flip the face of the wall with the intent of the modifier with the 2 blue icons appear with the interest of the icon looks to like 2 arrows. This is called the flip grip. It is the same thing as you saw on the doors and windows. When you see the flip grip, pick it and flips the section for the correct direction. With the section flip the correct direction, the dash line with the box around with the part of the model of the section 335 with the form vertex view extended with the section. Anything outside of the box won't be shown. Vertical dash lines with the left of the move of the arrow. Pick with the move of the arrow to drag with the crop of the region of the area shown figure 335. And note the section isn't selected. You can select with the must pick with the line in the section, not the bubble. Pick the line in the section selected. The selection of the selected still select with the notes of the small blue break icon middle of the section. Pick with the break line is also called with the gap. The segment icon section is now broken. You have the grips in control with the end of the line break line. See figure 336. If the end of this section of the blue icon resemble the recycle the symbol with the control of the section with the head of the display with selecting this icon, you can choose the section head, the tail with the nothing, a tail section, cycle the until the section heading, and see figure 337 and section cut over the time and open with a created view of the project browser. Yeah, see what the category is called the building section. In this category of views called section 1, which cuts the section adding the view of the project views, carries of the properties, and can be drafted over figure 338. Tips: be organized with the building information model, but it doesn't negate the need of the basic organization. First things you need to do with the create a section with a new view with the for this matter, but it gives to the thing that you don't have to leave our section 1, 2, or 3. And so on, you'll find yourself wasting a lot of time looking for the right view. So, figure 337, so cycling through the display choices, figure 338 project browser for the new sections, and at this point you need this new name of the section, open view, also with the fixed gap, with the wall white, and performing the following step of the project browser, right click section 1, choose rename with context menu, figure 339, click the name section 1 west quarter or section, click OK with the double click with the west quarter or section project browser. So open in section with the 2 corridor walls west wing behind. Change R with the section looks great, but not level to display. If you can see you can't see your level to open the south elevation, select with the windows along with the west level that is shown figure 340. With the level selected, place your pointer directly on the top of the room with the level to right click with the maximize 3D extend shown figure 340. Click with the go back to the west corridor section, clean up the level to the right of the building and parapet level that isn't overlapping the level to build low figure 341. 340 show that minimizing 3D extent you can control the visibility level in other views, and 341 other view control bar so finds as detailed level. Notice when you're adjusting the levels in section 2, the icon appears with the means of adjustment, but it won't affect the other view section view, but it automatically makes the 2D elevation view. However, the Revit makes it level 3Ds, and if you want to make an adjustment elevation, good idea to determine these into the 2D extent on the view control bar with the select the fine detail level of shown figure 341. Make adjustment like with a view with the second nature of your 2D very soon. Cutting the section mentally helps in terms of the viewing of the model from the perspective you want to get in further. You cut a section, you can always work on the model, modifying an item in a section. Making a building modification in section. Notice that you have a good look over the side of the west wing object with the walls of the need to prepare with the Revit architectural make with the modification building any of the view. Good or bad, just remember that everything you do with the downstream of the entire model with the following procedure will guide you with the make of the modification wall of the profile in the section. View of the project browser over the west quarter section. Open it with a double click with the name of the west quarter section. If it's open already in this section, select for the east wall of the west wing with it shown that you have to look for the wall. Click with the edit property profile button on the modify walls tab of the present with the magenta outline wall. Magenta outline can be modified to alter the wall profile on the ribbon. And edit profile has been added with the title modify with wall tabs if it enables you to focus the modification at hand. On drawing panel, modify walls edit profile tab, select with the line tab shown figure 343. With the line command running on the move of the pointer to the vertical magenta line right was the intersect with the quarter or parapet level shown figure 344. Alright, when you see with the stamp of the line with the magenta line with a quarter apart parapet level to pick with this point, you start the line with lines are right until the intersect the center line the quarter or shown figure 345. Drawing the line over the left over the wall to the right. When you see with the stamp icon, pick this point with the draw the line straight up with the top of the make sure that you don't stamp at the top of the parapet, the cap of the point. You want the top of the brick shown figure 346. All you're doing is sketching of the profile of the wall. And then 10, continue drawing from right to left across the top of the wall. Snap the end of the wall to the left and shown figure 347. Press escape with the modify button on the select panel vertical line left to go to the bottom over the wall on the top. Pick the top blue grip, attach the line down to level 3 is shown when the closed loop is shown figure 348. On the wall panel, the modified wall panel's edit profile, click with the edit mode is shown figure 349. Finished wall profile should look like figure 350. These are one thing left before you have it. Leave this section with the select with a 2-hour fire rated portion on the wall with the constraint on level only on level 2. You have it open within the share of the wall. The wall can go up to the level that you constrain with the top of the quarter or parapet with the following along. Select the internal white wall with the arcade opening with the shown with the previous lane 350 and property dialog box top constraint up to the level of the corridor or parapet is shown with 351 portion will now meet with the break exterior of the wall project browser. Double click with level 3 floor plan view. Change the detail level to define. Remember the option is on the view control bar at the bottom of the screen. Show then 6 on the view tab of the section button with the section button shown figure 352. Make sure the sensor is similar to the figure. 8 in the project browser, right click of the new section, rename it the West Wing South Wall section using the section in chapter 4 working with the Autodesk Revit tools. Editing entire building section, great way to build, breaking down with the model quickly and do large segments and other type of the section and wall section enables you to view smaller portions items being detailed. Adding wall sections, a wall section basically is the same as the building section, only the difference differences that you place with the wall section holds with the extent of this much smaller area when you're adding building sections. Revit wants to extend with the farthest geometry of the being said with the wall section is usually placed to show only the items being cut not in geometry beyond. The place of the wall section following proceed with double-click level 1 project browser on the view tab, but pick the section button, the same one you picked for the building section properties dialog box wall section, shown at 353. Adding the section for the corridor wall was modified previous section chapter shown figure 354. Right click with a new section project browser category called section wall section. Select rename new section corridor entry section. OK. Open corridor entry section. Change scale 1/2 inch to 1 foot. Trim the detail level to find your section should look like figure 355. Save with the model you're now nearing with a different type of the section. You can view the type and adventure with the type of the section enable you to create a plan section detail. Creating details section for third type of the section with the beginning to discover the detail section. Revit prefer with the tab of the section with the detail view with the that's how we start with addressing it with the detail section with one of the following section. Open the view with the corridor entry section. If you don't have it open already, two with the view tab selection set yes if the same section has been along with the property dialogs detail view with the detail place section horizontal below with the head opening and shown with the figure 356. Make sure that the section is lifted with the looking downward project browser with the new category selecting with the detail view with the expand with the tree with the sheet with the new detail usually called with the detail 0. Begin with the number of the details added to the previous model with the click with the detail 0 with the select rename detail plan detail corridor opening click OK plan detail corridor opening view change scale 1 foot 1.5 to 1 foot and 0 inches of the defect 1 foot 1.5 inches to 1 foot 0 inches detail may now able to open the 2- section lines because of the crop region needs to be expanding the new section. Using crop regions, the borders around with the details called the crop region with the decay for the extent with the specific view you're in with the adjust for the crop region. You with your advantage to learn how to make it adjust for the crop region and follow the steps. So with the windows around with the details shown figure 357 and so with the floor blue dot grips from the midpoint each of the line with the top of the grips with the stretch for the top region until you can opening with the jab. Repeat the process with the bottom so you can enter the opening with the crop region, select with the nose, the break icon, some of the making elbow icons, level the markers, break with the icon with showing figure 358, slide with the parts section wave, resolve with the two separate crop regions. When the crop regions are blue, move icons, it does not see with the blue icon, showing figure 359. You need to select with the crop region again, slide the section with it closer together, clicking the top icon, move the section drawn. Carefully, if you slide with them too close together, you'll get a warning telling you with the two regions are joined back to one. Save model. You have a nice control over the details here shown. Let's go back and learn how to make the section marker more aesthetically pleasing. Placing a section segment, one or more section items, and then you're finished. Sometimes you would get you need to split or jog a section. You do this show with the initial line with one another. The accomplish over the architectural file with the open level of the one floor plan. Open the view tab, click the section button. You will grab the section from the quick access tool below the type select for the building selection. Pick the point above the corridor, connect with the east wing of the building of the section. You have the picking the point well below the bottom of the corridor, as shown in the figure 360. In the project browser, find the section you just made with rename the east corridor section. Select with the new section marker with on the section button panel. Modify with the U tabs. Click with the split section segment button. Pick a point along the section line just below the corridor, shown figure 361. Move the cursor to the right. Jog up here with the section. Play with the jog of the building section with an now jog with the building. Press escape with the curve with the command. Finish you finish with the section. Just remember that adding a section with the model only with the way preparing your building construction documents. But you're also enabling access to the specific element that allows you to make modifications that otherwise could not have made. Creating callouts, creating a large area with the amount of the task with every project you will tackle. Luckily, with the architecture, not only are their callouts easy to add to your model, but they are also directly linked to view the which of the refer. Typically crucial for the product coordination. Another nice thing about callouts is that you can make with a modification call the view independent of the host view, with which you pull over the information the biggest change with the make within scale with the yes of the callout with a different scale with the main floor plan. The procedure with the adding of the call project browser under the section, over the wall section, open the corridor entry section view tab on the ribbon, open the view tab call out button, figure 362 with the pick up the window area with the corridor wall means with the exterior of the wall with the brick facade with the shown figure 363. Or the project browser is there's new section, wall section item. It's call out with a quarter entry section, which is found the way is press escape. Select the call out just to add with the picking any of the point along the line. Bunch of blue grips appear with the grips enable you to stretch the line and ship it with the call out. Grips connect with the call out bubbles or leader coming over the call out windows. Drag with the bubble under the shown figure 364. Pick the midpoint group on a leader, creating an elbow. Shown figure 364 with the project browser for the file. Find call out over the quarter entry section under the section bolding section category. Open view. Can also double click call out button. Open to view section. Open. Select the cropper agent. Shown figure 365. Change scales 1 foot 1.5 inches to 1 foot 0 inches. After selecting the cropper region, additional region consists of the dotted line. This is called the annotation region and is given the gutter in the place of the text outside of the area is with the physically being cropped. The type W2 with the title of the windows have opened the call-out window with a select with the quarter or entry setting with along with the crop region call-out with this with the two objects, one with the same strip of the crop region close for the actual wall, shown figure 366. Save the knowledge with the detailed feature chapters, give it the model reaction ready for the construction documents. Notice you have created a call out with a detail. Let's go with the plan and create with some of the call outs there with a nice one. And notice it would be nice to have some of the typical laboratory call outs, typical elevator call out. Project browsers, floor plan level 1, you with the maximize because of the titled windows and the previous extras, making sure it's a floor plan, not a ceiling plan. Zoom in and show figure 367. On the View tab, select Call Out, place of the window around the laboratory, showing figure 367. On Project Browser, under category, Floor Plans category, call the level 1, right-click on the Call Out, level 1, rename Typical Men's Laboratory, click, choose Zoom to fit. Details say set with a course, change to find. Notice for the Call Out is placed on the Project Browser on the category where it's created. You can see with the Call Out category. Tip, once you notice that you have the opening of quite a few views, it's good with the idea to close the views you don't need open because they could slow you down a tad. To close views, choose window, close, choose hidden window, save with the model, open level 1 floor plan. Create call out for a woman's laboratory with below with the quarter directly with the below with the men's room with a typical woman's laboratory. Create one more call out around an elevator shaft with an east wing as shown figure 368. Name of the new call out, typical elevator shaft with the boring views out of the way, critical some of the perspective of the model and creating views is easily requires specific procedure in which taking advantage of camera function. Creating and modifying a camera view. Camera views are is a view which you have with the fair most fun view. Revit architectural sends the lens some of the natural type of view with a typing the camera taking a camera view essentially Revit a certain area from the perspective vantage point section of the call out. Such view you never see with the light of the day. Terms with the drawing sheet with the camera views are perfect to see how modeling is coming along a realistic point of view. Adding a camera view to create a view the following step with go to level 1 floor plan view tab with the drop down 3D view button. Select with the camera, show your 369. You will also access the quick access toolbar and camera and show with the default 3D view camera and walkthrough. Pick at a point with the main corridor, east wing with a move with the cursor left down with a hallway. Take perspective views and staying with the intersection of the two main corridors. Show with the 37. The second point will show that you have the fire the camera reaches into the building, picking point past the corridor. Show with the 371. Unlike placing a section on a section or call out, review automatically opens to the new 3D view. It doesn't mean automatically useful in the name of the project browser you used. You'll see a new view on 3D views category 3D view. Right click 3D view 1, name in the east quarter wing perspective on the view control bar located at the bottom of the view chain with the visual the realistic with 2 buttons right in the shadow button perspective of the view of the turning shadows is okay if the view is relatively small. In this example, go ahead and turn them on. So that does placing the camera in the main corridor, and then so here's picture 1. So then this is the perspective view of the east wing corridor. The camera is in place. You'll find it directly with a modifier with the first quiet bit view of the following section. Focus with the modifying the actual camera and the plan modifying with the camera. Every way for the camera and model, but it doesn't leave with the model evidence for the camera itself. Will making adjustments of the location where the view has been taken with the performing the following steps. Open the level 1 floor plan project browser, east wing corridor perspective 3D view category select show camera. Show figure 372 cameras over the plan temporarily. You can see with the view with the camera action triangle with a straight line with physical move with the camera. You can adjust the grip at the midpoint with the travel to swivel to further in the model of the figure 373 perspective view. Shows going to the end by finding view in the project browser. You can tell Revit to show the camera in the plan. And then it shows with the perspective view, creating an elevation. Save the best view with at least with the best. Save with the best view, or at least the most popular for the last. Elevation or central aiming with the project is essential in fact for the Revit procedure of the four of them before you have anything single with all of the manual portion with the represent of the house of the wearing the model with the beginning of the back of the elevation mark or shown figure 374 of the marker is typically handy for the most certainly now in the way of the first thing you need to do is one over the out of the way. The second thing you need to create a new view one is manipulating elevations for following along. Go to level 1 floor plan. Eastern part of the corridor is elevation might be slightly different location of the book's example. You need to move it nonetheless. Figure 374. Move the elevation marker to do so. However, the need to break down the elevation marker compromises is actually two separate times with the square box elevation. When the triangle is part of the marker over the activates and with the view is shown with the 375. Move the elevation marker. Pick for the winning around both the items. Move them together. If you don't want the view to stay within an original location, you have wondering what's wrong with your elevation. Pick the window around the elevation marker. Make sure that you aren't picking any other items along with it. Move your mouse over the selection. You can turn into the move of the icon. Move the arrow shown figure 376. Draw over the elevation marker on the west side of the building. See figure 376. Move the elevation marker on the corridor. Take one time to make it a new with the one. Do so and make sure the level 1 floor plan following along. View tab elevation marker shown figure 377. With the type of the select your exterior elevation is created. And move the cursor around on the perimeter of the building. Notice if the elevation marker follow the profile of the exterior wall. This is a great thing. The place of the elevation shown figure 378, press escape to terminate the command. When the elevation is placed on the select the triangle, you see when they extend with the wind, you saw with the previous section with the figure 378, control with the head with the deep of the model viewing, and it also shows the length of the section. Because you place the elevation up against the wall, Revit the top extends the elevation at the wall. The pick of the top group of the stretch the elevation past the wall shown figure 378, project browser with the elevation, building elevations, new elevation, right click to rename it to west wing southwest as west wing southeast elevation. On opening the elevation view control bar, change the scale from 1/4 inch to 1 foot. Only the view control bar with a detail level defined can also fit these property dialogues. Anytime save the model with the add the new exterior elevation can add the interior elevation as well. Easier and much more fun. Alright, interior elevation. Difference between the exterior elevation and interior elevation. Same with the difference between the building section and wall section. Over both the interior and the exterior of the elevations executed the same way of the select with the view with the tab of the design bar. The only difference you can make the choice between the two types. Select the option bar, add the interior elevation performance steps to go to level 1 floor plan. Show with the view with the elevation bar. The type select for the elevation interior and the elevation play for the area and shown figure 379. Over the cursor over the corridor near the point shown over the middle with the figure 7379. Notice over the move with the cursor up and down with the flips up with the move of the pointer up and down, the arrow flips down. Make sure the arrow of the elevation target is pointing up, then pick up the point along with the horizontal corridor shown with the right with the figure 379. Place the elevation once it's played for the press escape to terminate the command. If you place the elevation, select the arrow, and I'll extend to the outside of the building and the curve. In many cases, if it doesn't, you're good to do. Go. Self elevation again. I add again on the left side with the pick of the blue grip of the drag left, extend with the point shown. Add with the left of the figure 379. Repeat prop for the right side as well. Project browser the new elevation under elevation interior elevation category. Right click the new elevation. Rub the will call elevation 1 or something similar. Call it east wing quarter new north elevation. Open a new view called east wing quarter new north elevation. Notice if the copper region extends all the way over the top part of the copper region, top down to level 2. And shown figure 380. And let's create some more elevation. Go to floor plan level 1. Zoom into the east wing entry area with shown figure 381. On the view tab, elevation bar, elevation marker that's similar to one shown on the figure 381. Move to the center of the lobby. With the elevation marker to the center of the lobby, the round bubble, the four blue boxes appear shown figure 382. With these boxes let you turn on the multiple views. Turn all 4 views shown figure 382. With the 4 elevations turned on, you have some naming to do up to this point. But you've been going to the project browser to rename the elevation list. So explore another way to rename elevation view for the property as well. Elevation properties, which each view can come with a new set of properties, for example, which are made with the perspective of the corridor or visual style shade with a turn with an unshade with a normally interior elevation. You don't want to have to do this. Revit allows you to separate the view property view by view basis. Access view property dialog box follow the separate the interior elevation 4 arrows selected only with the view facing north of the property dialog box follow the information property view with a multiplied multitude of the options. Well find the view name option with identity data. Heading change to the east wing entry with the north elevation shown with the 383. So the east wing entry north elevation. Again, note of the view extend with a stretching path of the entry and trim. Pick up the blue grip at the end of the elevation, bring them into the atrium in the area shown by 384. Also, the drive of the view limited up to and show the radial exterior wall. Click the elevation area facing left of the west. Click with the view name east wing entry west elevation. Click with the arrow facing down south of the click with the view name east wing entry south elevation. Click the arrow facing right east, and click the view name east wing entry east elevation, and then select each elevation, adjust the view, extend with the so that he did for the north elevation, save with the mile. Actual names appear within the plan with the nice of the unfortunately leave it in no room with anything else within the view. Post no construction documents with these when the names are right with the plans, but at least none of that I have ever seen. Whether you can turn over the feature and now you can play with them, modify annotation, leave it to DLL and do the physical properties. Annotation property, just annotation. All of the properties can modify the trim of the elevation symbol of the property for the following along with the man shape. Select for the additional settings elevation tab at the top of the type property of the dialog family system. The family elevation tab below the type of the trim with the type of the 1/2 inch square, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and then circle, and then also so it shows the type property to modify the property elevation markers. Type of the property you under the graphic change the elevation marker to elevation mark body circle with the detail number. The click OK save with the work. Zoom back to the elevation marker, they should look like figure 386. Alright, the ability to add an elevation is a must. As you can see, physically adding an elevation symbol it does, and it would take practice manipulating elevations and look at it the way they want. Or you experience now you can create level the constraint walls with a stretch and shrink within the level of the elevation information change in any way. Cut wall section, building section through the model. Create detailed views. Allow you to add sections through the wall and building section. Create a call out view. Control a crop region. Add a camera to the model. Give the user a new perspective of a certain model. Create interior and exterior elevations within the model. Chapter 4, Working with Autodesk Revit Tools.